Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Monday Q&A call on the speakerfocus.com platform. I am CEO and co-founder Kevin T. Robertson here once again with another edition of the Monday Q&A call. We are putting the smackdown like nowhere else on planet Earth, helping you achieve each and every one of your goals when it comes to growing your speaker brand. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, good evening. Before I get into taking some questions, I have a thought that I want to share in my opening monologue today that's going to keep you focused on the main prize. Auston has to go a little bit early today, so if you have any questions for him right after my monologue, please feel free to jump in and utilize the most powerful digital marketing resource on the internet, co-founder, CEO, CTO, Mr. Auston Troyer. Now, here's what I have for you today. Get ready to strap on your seatbelt. This is not going to feel good. This is going to be painful. It's going to hurt. I am not trying to hurt you directly. I am channeling my hurt and frustration over the years and what I've learned about marketing, and I'm going to use it to help you with the different mindset. I need to say this about not all of you, but some of you. Some of you, your problem, the reason why your other business or your speaker business is not growing is because you don't have enough activity. You don't have enough activity like it's a pinball machine. You start off, you pull the lever back and the spring hits the ball and it gets up there and it goes real slow. Then after a while, you start getting a lot of actions, and that's how you start racking up points. Well, a lot of you don't even have a ball in the slot. And the ball in the slot is marketing. It's the same thing if you were going and you were bowling. You know, you can't get a strike, or you can't pick up the spares and bowl a 200 or above if you don't have any pin action. So if you never even step up there in the lane and you're throwing gutter balls all the time, that's what you need to remind yourself about your marketing strategy. Am I throwing gutter balls? Do I have enough activity? And the fact of the matter is this, a lot of you do not. So let me remind you of something that you should be thinking about all the time. I honestly believe that many people in marketing, they get caught up in the minutia of seeing what other people are doing. Even if you duplicated somebody's process down to the letter, your result is still, you may be successful, but you have to find your own way, and that's going to work for you. So one of these 7 marketing vehicles on our platform is going to work for you. Again, the gold standard, obviously, is digital marketing. It is the fastest way, without a doubt, to get your speaker brand or your product or your service to reach all 4 corners of the globe. We all know that. This is documented evidence over the last 5 to 10 years that digital marketing works at a very high level. Now, it does take a budget to do digital marketing. If you don't have a budget or make an investment or discretionary income or the capital to put into a venture like that, then you're going to stay stagnant. And the reason why I'm talking to a lot of you this way, and many of you are going to catch this on the replay, and you're going to be like, damn, why am I not on KTR's Monday Q&A calls live? I don't know why your ass is missing the Monday Q&A calls. I don't know what you're doing, right? But you're not focusing in on marketing. And I could tell by some of your support tickets that you have not advanced to the point where all you're doing is asking marketing questions, because you get stuck. You are so stuck in last year's mindset. You're so stuck in pre-pandemic, what you haven't been able to do, listening to other people. I told you that shit wasn't going to work. You wasted your money. You didn't waste your money. You didn't waste your money. There have been hundreds of thousands of dollars that I've invested in myself over the last 38 years. You're getting down on yourself because you don't have enough activity. You need to start participating in the right kind of marketing activity if you expect your speaker goals to get off the ground, and you expect your consultancy or your coaching business, anything you're marketing or promoting, if you don't have enough marketing activity, it starts, listen to me, it starts with the marketing strategy, part of your marketing plan. So if you don't have a marketing plan and a marketing strategy, you're going to be in trouble. So let me break down each one of them on our platform. This will give you, you pick the one that's going to work best for you. I don't care. I just want you to pick one and start working. Let's start with the most archaic, the most old school one, but still very highly effective. I don't give a fuck if we're in AI or not. Listen to what I'm saying. I manage AI tools every single day. I'm learning new things about it. I'm not the CTO of Speaker Focus. I'm the CEO. But I tell you what, I use enough of these AI tools, and I still, to this day, I don't second guess or question whatever Auston tells me to use, whatever he tells me to do, whatever strategy he suggests, I execute it to the best of my ability. Now, we just ran a new YouTube campaign. First outset, wasn't really getting any traction. Boom, all of a sudden I get a message today. Auston made a couple of adjustments and boom, here we are off and running. Why? We're starting to get activity. If you don't put any money into the game, if you don't choose one of these, if you don't stay active, you're not going to get anything. You're going to get zero. Now you're pissed off and sitting on the sidelines wondering why your business isn't making money. No business makes money unless they get customers. This is hard for all of you to understand because you have not matured yet in this area. Let me start with cold calling. I know it's old school, and I know that there are a lot more ways to get to the market faster. But if you don't have a budget and you have a phone, now the only thing stopping you is effort. Oh, by the way, shout out to Keith Copeland. Keith just sent me an email. I gave him the referral to my guy, Nick Garcia, over there at Postcard Mania. I'm going to launch my campaign in the near future. And Keith is crushing it. He already said he got his first booking from a speaking engagement. One postcard, one mailing that he sent out of 5 to 1,000 got him one booking. That pays for your coaching program. It pays for the campaign. See, y'all don't know what the hell I'm saying to you right now. This is about making an investment and getting a return on that investment. There has never been one time, listen to me carefully. There's never been one time that me and Auston have put in $1 into a marketing campaign where it hasn't 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 plus X, not ever one time. The problem with a lot of you is that you don't want to appear to be the person who has to keep asking questions. I don't get that from a lot of you. Some of you been on a coaching platform for years. You haven't submitted one support ticket. Maybe you're out there crushing it. Maybe you're making 100 to 200K with the things that we taught you. Great for you. Maybe you don't want anybody to know that we're helping you be successful. But see, I can go in and see what you're doing and what you're not doing. I can go right there in the school. Some of you haven't logged in for 636 days. I don't know what to say to that, right? All I can say is you're not active. So let me go to cold calling again. Why do you need to cold call? Because if you don't have a budget, and a lot of you are bitching and complaining about, I don't have the money, and you're sitting on the sidelines letting that stop you. I'm trying to tell you, if you look at the majority in the beginning, for the first 7 years of my career, when I really didn't have a marketing budget or I didn't have the marketing knowledge. See, this isn't the case for you. You might not have the budget, but you have access. You have 24-hour soft skill and technical support. We'll answer any question that you have. Guaranteed, nonstop. You can submit support tickets every day if you needed to. Is it my fault that you aren't putting in the effort? No, you're not taking enough action to submit a support ticket. So therefore, you're not getting empowered with the knowledge, and that's why you're not moving forward. If budget is your problem, then you need to be doing cold calling. Oh, here's the next problem. Well, what am I going to say when I call? A lot of you are still going in, just like you still got motivational speaker in the caption to your LinkedIn profile. Have at it and be with it with the rest of the brokies who are attracting low fee speaking engagements, $0 to $1,000. Anything under $5,000 is still low fee speaking. I want you to take the gig, but I don't want you taking $500 to $1,000. Only if you absolutely have to, if you got to pay, keep your cell phone on, do whatever you need to do. But it's mindset I'm talking about. Effort and mindset equals success. Nothing stopping you from picking up the phone, going on the internet for free. If you can't afford to purchase a mailing list and you're not quite ready for selloai.com, then you need to go and do a search and start pulling up, start locating these conference coordinators and cold calling them. Another thing about you, you're scared for them to tell you no. And no is a part of sales. It hurts your little feelings when they tell you no. I get told no and get punched in the face, in the gut, and the balls every single day, at least 1,000 times. I actually like it when they tell me no. Guess what? I'm just weeding out all the imposters who don't want to do business with me. You have to get over it, and you have to get over yourself. If you don't, you are never going to book any high-fee speaking gigs. See, all this shit I'm talking to you about now, it hurts. You don't want to deal with pain. The only way to get to another level, you have to be willing to deal with pain. A lot of times, too, a lot of you lack the patience. You don't have any patience. You want it so bad. So watch this. You'll scroll down your timeline, living vicariously through other people on Instagram, and you see them blowing up, and you're jocking them. You're a part of their parade, but you don't want to get the parade. See, you don't want to build your own float. That's your problem. You want to look at everybody else's parade pass you by, but you don't want to put the fucking effort it takes to build one of those beautiful floats at the Macy's Thanksgiving Parade. Do a YouTube video on how much it costs and what kind of work it takes to put on the Macy's Thanksgiving Parade. It will blow your mind what kind of effort it takes to build one of those floats. All you're doing when you're building your speaker business is building a float, but a lot of you still aren't doing that. Ouch. I told you this was going to hurt, but I'm not here to be liked. I'm your accountability buddy and your partner. Now, if you want to listen to painful shit every single day, I wish you could listen to some of the conversations that me and Auston have. Do we get it wrong sometimes? Yes. Do we make mistakes? Yes. You got to own up to that shit. You got to get past it, get over what you're not doing, and get over yourself. Get out of the way of the pain of what it feels like when they tell you no. Let me tell you something. Every business that I've ever been successful in, I was on the front lines and I was banging the phone and I was dealing with rejection. After a while, you're going to become numb to it. You're not even going to feel it, because what you're going to do is you're going to get better and better and better. And don't say you don't have the words. Don't say you don't have a script, because the script is right there in one of the speaker toolkits, right there in module number 2, I believe it is. It is the entire script from top to bottom, how you're supposed to have on your consulting hat, not going in there asking for the engagement. You're supposed to do a needs assessment. I taught you everything you needed to do, pages out of my personal playbook, what I learned. Cold calling. Let me say it again. I didn't have a budget for digital marketing because I'm old school. There was no digital marketing available, with the exception of email marketing. And back then, they were calling it viral marketing, and not a lot of people were good at it. Cold calling if you don't have a budget. It's your fault if you're not making 10 to 25 calls a day. KTR got a job. I don't know how I'm going to do that. When you get off your job, call people from different time zones. When you get off your job at 5 o'clock, they're still up. It's still, watch this. When it's 8 p.m. for you, they're still getting off of work. When it's 6 p.m. for you, it's still 3 p.m. for them. They're still working. Don't tell me that you can't do it. I do business with Auston with so many different time zones all across the globe. We're closing deals at 1 and 2 o'clock in the morning, because when it's inconvenient for us, it's very convenient for the client. Any excuse that you have, a lot of your problem is too, is that you're coming up with all these excuses. You know why? Because that's your default mechanism. You're afraid to show up on the Monday Q&A and ask the tough questions so you can get the answers, because you feel like you're going to get exposed. Again, get past it and get over yourself. A lot of you are in your own way. That's cold calling. It's all there in module 2, by the way, 7 different marketing vehicles. Let's go to number 2. Let's go to direct mail. Keith Copeland just sent me an email yesterday that said, KTR, I got my first engagement. Keith launched his direct mail campaign probably 2 months ago with Nick Garcia through postcardmania.com. If you want Nick's contact information, I don't make any money off this, but I'm sure Nick will give you a discount code if you say you came from Speaker Focus, and you can start your you can start your direct mail campaign. They will send out all of your direct mail pieces. Once you get it set up, the setup is the most expensive thing. It takes money to do this. It doesn't take money to do cold calling, but work your way up. When Keith gets that one book, and he can take the money from that and invest more in direct mail, or if he wants to, he can take a little bit of money and then test it. And you also want to have, listen to this very carefully. This is something I learned from Auston. You want to have diversity in your marketing portfolio. Just like if you have a, let's say one of my old friends, God rest his soul, he was named Dennis Minogue. Dennis played baseball for the New York Yankees, and he had the Minogue Index Stock Portfolio Fund. Dennis was one of the most successful stock traders in the history. Now, I met Dennis when I was 22 years old. I had 4 pieces of property. My net worth on paper was over $1.5 million. I was just buying real estate left and right. And Dennis was surprised. He was amazed because one of the real estate deals I did, the return on investment was literally like 7,200% return on investment. He said, how in the hell do you get a return like that in 60 or 120 days? He said, the stock market could never do that. So I learned from Dennis that just like how you are diverse when it comes to a mutual fund, it's very difficult to lose your money with a mutual fund because you're investing in iron ore, steel, oil, all the things that make the world work. And those things have to go under all at the same time in order for you to lose your money. That's why a mutual fund is a very safe, sometimes slow, grow, moderate fund. Aggressive funds are very risky, high chance that you're going to lose your money. But if you don't lose your money, my God, when that shit hits, you're going to be a fucking multimillionaire. Now, if you have a budget, look at doing a direct mail campaign. You don't have to do thousands of pieces. You can start out with doing 200 to 500. The most it's going to cost you is the setup. After the setup, Lysa, I'll be right with you. After the setup fee, all you got to do is pay postage, which is 52 cents. They scrub the list for you. You send them a list, or you can buy the list from them, whatever you want to do. And then they will scrub the list to make sure all the email addresses are up to date, and they will send out your campaign. What's your problem? Again, get over it, get out of you, and get over yourself. Let's go to referral marketing. Now, if you're not a networker, this one doesn't work. That means you can't call up. By the way, you can do this in LinkedIn for free. Do you know if you have thousands of connections in LinkedIn, you can just send everybody how many LinkedIn messages are you sending out a day? Are you sending out 10 to 20 of those? Don't get ridiculous with it because they will put you in email. They will put you in LinkedIn jail, right? But I'm telling you, if you can just send out 10 or 20 of those a day, if you can get one person to respond every other day and you start a dialogue with them, again, don't try to get them to do business with them. I get 20 emails a day of people trying to do business with me in Austin. They go right in for the kill. They don't try to add any value to my network. Very rarely do I get messages to somebody says they want to add value to my network. All of them are asking for something. See, here's the difference. Why me and Austin good? Because we start out with a value-based proposition, not a money-based proposition. Give me your money is how most people do marketing, and that's wrong. Believe me, I did it that way before, and it's a slow walk up that hill, and it's a slow grind to the money. You provide maximum value, people will find their last dollar to give it to you, especially when they're serious and they want you to help them grow. So let me recap. I'm sorry. I apologize. That's cold calling, doesn't require a budget. We have a script on the platform to walk you through exactly what you're supposed to say. Do not deviate from the script. You should be calling 10 to 20 people a day. Don't tell me that you're still at work, because you can call people after you get off work and do business with different time zones. You can do business if you're on the East Coast with the West Coast, who's 3 hours behind you. You can do business with people from Central Time who's an hour behind you. You can do business with people from Mountain Time who's 2 hours behind you. I don't want to hear any of your excuses. Get out of your way and get over yourself, get over it. Now, what am I talking about? The fears, your marketing fears. Let's go to referral marketing. Remember, if you don't have a deep network and you don't know how to network, you're going to pay the price, because no one wants to do business with you if all you're doing is asking and begging all the time. See how much value you can create and keep working the phones. And by doing that, remember I talked about marketing diversity in your portfolio? These are all things that keep you diverse. So if one goes down, you got the other one still revving up, bringing you in leads. These are all separate revenue streams that can be generated for you if you play your cards right. 1 is cold calling. 2 is direct mail. 3 is referral marketing. The other one is called block bookings. Now, you can't use block bookings unless you already have a gig set up. Lysa Alman Baldwin has tested this out before. She says, hey, I'm going to be in the San Francisco area or the Las Vegas area. And she sent me questions about how to promote my tour if I'm already going to be set up in a specific area. She just told me she was getting ready to go out of the country. She was like, hey, KTR, if you need me to handle some business for you while I'm out here, just holler at me, right? These are all block bookings, networking. You're going to call ahead and say, hey, I'm already going to be in Australia. Is your organization interested in booking a date on my tour while I'm already there? You don't have to pay for flight. You don't have to pay for the room. I'm going to be in, I always do it within 60 miles of my general area. I don't like driving too far to get the block bookings unless the money's right, because I don't like stressing myself out. I'm already under enough duress when I'm on tour already. Now, then you have digital marketing as well, right? Now, this is where you're going to spend money to attract marketing prospects to keep your pipeline full with predictability and consistency. Now, digital marketing goes under the category of Facebook advertising, YouTube pre-roll ads, Google AdWords, Instagram ads, Snapchat, TikTok, LinkedIn, things of that nature. These are all areas that have a specialty. And if you need additional help, just go on YouTube, how to do a LinkedIn advertising campaign. We have a lot of great information in module number 5. I highly suggest you listen to Auston, because everything he does converts into revenue for every client that I've ever seen him touch. But if you need additional information, just get a different perspective of what other entrepreneurs are doing. Find some influencers out there that you know that are crushing it. Somebody who you know that's sincere like we are, and then gravitate towards them and study the game. The other one is email marketing, and we've cracked the code with that as well with our team over at Selo AI, SELOAI.com. I'm sick and tired of y'all pronouncing our company name wrong. It is not Celio, it's not Celo, it's SELOAI.com. It is a groundbreaking, game-changing AI software that puts lead generation on steroids and on autopilot. This is why Dr. Scholl's, this is why some of the biggest brands in the world use Selo. So should you, because let me tell you something. If you think that you got email marketing figured out, and I hear complaints every single day about I sent out an email and it didn't convert. Well, maybe it's not going to convert on the first time. Maybe your messaging is wrong. Maybe the way you're sending out the emails is wrong. You've got to fly under the radar so they don't slap you. What do you think? Me and Austin never been slapped before? Banned is what you need to be before you learn the fucking lesson. And we've already been through that pain for you. Now we got this shit dialed in. You should be scheduling a call with our team over at Selo and pick one of the pricing tiers and then go to work. Because if you want lead generation on autopilot, how do you think we can how do you think we can fill up an empty calendar so fast? It's because we have it dialed in. It takes skill to get your messaging and all the automation dialed in. Email marketing is another one. It does cost money to run this unless you want to sit there and send out a bunch of manual emails, which, by the way, is not a bad idea. Let me go to an email and find the conference coordinator's name. Boom, I got the person who's in charge of booking speakers. Let me send them a cold email. Maybe if you do 10 of those a day, your Gmail won't get shut down because that's not a lot of high volume. I don't know what your delivery rate's going to be, but maybe 1 or 2 of them are going to get through. And then you get one, and then you can start taking some money and putting it elsewhere. The last one is called marketing from the stage. Getting bookings after you get the speaking engagement. Getting the booking while you're on stage. But you got to follow up the right way to work all of these. So the only one that doesn't cost money is direct mail. I'm sorry, I apologize, is cold calling. That's the only one that doesn't cost money. It takes effort. We have a script on our platform. Don't give me the excuses that you're at work, because when you get off of work or on your lunch break, you could be talking to people from different time zones. Okay, I walk you through top to bottom of how to get that done through direct mail, through cold calling. The next one is direct mail. It does cost a fee, maybe $1,000 to $2,000 to maybe get that set up for you. It depends on what kind of campaign you're running. And then it's only 52 cents per mailer that you send out. But again, they do all the work for you. They do the design for you. They send it out for you. They scrub the list for you to make sure all the email addresses are up to date. Then you have referral marketing. Check inside of your network. Tina Marie Rodriguez, she's a breast cancer survivor. She's still healing from her breast cancer, and she just booked a speaking engagement from her FEMA cert in New York referral in Miami. She just did it today. She just sent me a text message and told me that She had a great time. A lot of speakers were there, and she got a great deal from the experience. So I don't know what your excuse is. If you're not utilizing the tools and you got people who are still recovering from cancer who are outworking you, I don't know what to tell you. The effort is not there, and that's the reason why some of all your businesses are languishing right now. I'm talking to you from personal experience. So direct mail, cold calling, direct mail, referral marketing, block bookings. You also got follow-ups after live performances, digital marketing, and you got email marketing as well. Those are all the 7 different marketing vehicles. It takes money for some of them, but if you don't have a revenue to invest, then you should be putting in effort doing cold calling or sending out maybe 5 to 10 emails every single day. If you don't have a structured email campaign like Cello, send them out through your regular email. That's what I used to do back in the day. Again, your delivery rate may not be high, but you're going to get through with sheer volume and consistency. Nothing stops. Spam is not blocking you from making a call. The worst thing they could tell you is don't call me back anymore. Good. Then I could just remove them from the list and get them out of my sales funnel. The problem with a lot of you is you don't like to hear no. And when the shit gets too thick, you can't handle it. This is business. And sometimes it doesn't go the way you want it to go. Well, guess what? Get a good night's sleep, wake up, and get into attack mode every single day. This is how you elevate and get to a whole nother level. Every entrepreneur that I've been through, it's been pure hell. Elon Musk was sleeping on an air mattress, and he was working 18 to 20 hours a day. The man, if you look at all the Elon Musk old interviews, it looked like he was about to have a nervous breakdown in every single one of them. He was on the verge of tears until he got that $2+ billion contract with NASA. Now he's one of the richest men in the world. You see, this is the grind that you got to be on. This is mindset. Please get out of your own way. Please get over it. I'm talking about the fears, and get over your fear of marketing. Choose one of the different marketing vehicles. If you don't have a budget to invest right now, you should be picking up the phone and learning how to deal with rejection every single day. And eventually you are going to blow up and get a booking. Let's open up the floor for questions. Remember, Auston has to leave in another probably another 18 minutes or so. So if you have any technical questions that you'd like to ask Auston, we need to get those in immediately before he has to go. Yes, Lysa, your question or comment?
My question was for Auston.
Auston's here.
Hey, Auston.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. How are you? So I have
Good.
2 questions. So I just want to make sure I'm understanding this. When we're requesting leads from Cello, do we do it by sending what it is we want to support at celloai.com, or do we log into the home page and then put them in there?
You put it inside the Cello app.
Okay, when you say the app, are you talking about on the desktop when I log in there?
Just anywhere. If you log into celloai.com, you can
Okay.
submit it from anywhere.
Okay. Okay. And then once we put in what kind of leads we're looking for, how long does it take before the leads populate and come to us so we can download them?
Within 3 business days.
Okay. And then it will just automatically charge to the card we have registered in there?
Yep.
Okay. Okay. That was all. That was my question. Thank you very much.
Okay.
You bet.
Anybody else on the platform? I was talking about the 7 different marketing vehicles if you logged in late. And if any of you have any technical or questions about AI, questions about marketing, digital marketing, your email campaigns, why your campaign is not converting, how you set things up, Auston will be here for at least another 16 to 18 minutes or so. He has to log off the Q&A early today, so please take advantage of him if you need to utilize him and ask him any technical questions. The floor is open to do that for the next couple of minutes. If not, if nobody has a technical question, if you have another question, we can move on to you, and I'd be happy. If you don't have any more questions, then we can wrap up the Q&A for tonight. So if anybody, I don't see anybody else with their hand raised. If you do, now's the time to ask it. This is what we're here for. Anybody have another question? Tanya, I just saw your camera come on. Does that mean you have a question?
I don't have a question. I just had a comment.
Okay, no problem. Yeah, share your comments.
Okay, so I think that the marketing vehicles, people overcoming their fears,
Mm-hmm.
is really important with
Mm-hmm.
that. Just kind of getting yourself out there. So I think that was spot on.
Okay.
And I wanted to let you know about my speaking engagement.
Well, hey,
All
you know I
right.
want to hear about that. We had a we had a mastermind call before your speaking engagement. We tweaked that beautiful PowerPoint slide. You have a gift of using a lot of color, but it still had that white space. I don't typically like red in the slides, but the way your design was, it looked really, really nice. So talk to me about that.
Okay. Well, normally I was told that they would have about 200 people attend. It was a smaller group. But the organization was able to have over 400 people that attended. Usually people would pop on and pop off, but they had over 400 that stayed on the entire time. They
Nice.
haven't finished the counting for people that popped on and popped off, and also the people that they retrieve it on the intranet site,
Uh-huh.
but so I don't have those numbers yet. So I'm waiting to get a recording of it
Okay.
and be able to kind of review it. But they said that it was the highest rating that they've ever had for any of their programs, that people really enjoyed it, and they keep getting all of this consistent great feedback.
Yeah, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Listen, I love it. I love it when our students take advice and they implement it and they get results. And listen, this is just the beginning for you because your skill set is so high and you've taken the time to incorporate learning some new skills even when you were busy. I got to take my hat off to you. The majority of the thing that keeps people out the game is that they say they don't have any time. See, the key is time plus money equals lifestyle. If you want to live the life that you want to live, sometimes you have to take time away from other things or shut those things down that aren't being productive. Maybe cut back on your television watching, hanging out. I don't know I only know what I have to do for me to get my business to a whole nother level, manage my personal life and my business life. But I'm telling you, some sacrifices have got to be made. So Tanya, listen, I'm telling you right now, from the moment you stepped into this coaching program, you haven't made any excuses. I'm telling you right now, just keep doing everything that you're doing. Your speaking is paramount. Your skill set is amazing. You're doing it at a very high level. Just keep getting better at marketing. That's all. You're going to get your time, just like Lysa's getting her time with all the success that she's having right now. Your time is going to come. So with that being said, I hope that you can pick up where you left off now that your speaking gig is over with and you learned a lot from it. I'm not surprised that they gave you high ratings. This is what happens when you know what the hell you're talking about and people get value from you. From the first time that you and I had a conversation, I said, this lady know what the hell she's doing, right?
Mhm.
Because I talked to so many consultants that don't. I remember when I used to be reaching and guessing and still really wasn't good. Man, when you reach a level of master, it's time to kick some ass. That's why I like Kung Fu movies so much. The Shaolin master, you know the reason why he beats everybody up in the movie? Because he's the best. Like the old man that's like, in the movie they say he's like, Shaolin Master Lee is like 200, he's like 120 years old. And he's still kicking everybody's ass because he has the most experience. Let me tell you something. This is the era of the subject matter expert, Tanya. Don't forget it. Just keep getting better in marketing. Keep submitting support tickets, all right?
Okay. Thank you so much for all of your help.
Very proud of you. Anytime. This is what we're here for. The good news is that you invested in a program where we aren't going anywhere. If anything goes wrong, you can always show up on the Monday Q&A call and you can talk to me about it. You can always call me. You can always email me. You can always text me. Anybody else that have something that they want to share, any questions that you have about digital marketing, setting up your Cello campaign if you're ready for that and start booking speaking engagements, or if you just have a question or comment about being on the platform. Going once, going twice. Okay, if anybody doesn't have any questions this time, we're just going to wrap the Q&A up and we're going to keep it short. So anybody, if I don't see your hand go up, by the time I count to 1, we're going to be all done for this session. Okay, counting down in 5, 4, 3, 2. Okay, all right. Well, if it's no more questions, you know the drill. Submit some support tickets to support@speakerfocus.com. If you haven't submitted a support ticket or if you never submitted a support ticket, let us know how you're doing. Keep us informed about your progress. You can always pick up right where you left off. The platform is growing. It's getting bigger. Me and Austin are getting ready to launch 2 more new pieces of software. We're still on the hustle. And we're still on the grind. And we're not going to stop because we got goals to accomplish. With that being said, thank you for tuning in to another edition of the Monday Q&A call on the speakerfocus.com platform. Remember, we're always here for you. Support at speakerfocus.com. I'll catch you next week, same time, same place. Take care, everyone.